What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2. For those of you who don't know, Hulk Hogan has passed away today at the age of 71, and there has been a lot of mixed emotions. Some people feel, hey, this man passed away, you should honor him. And some people feel, F him. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? Let's say what's up to the people before we start. What's up, Denitria? Shout out to Denitria. What's up, Teresa? Thank you for being here. What's up, Darby? What's up, Bama Girl? What's up, Claudette? What's up, Starnique? Who else we got here? What's up, Nichelle? What's up, Queen B More? Angela? I see everybody up in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. So for those of you who don't know, Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71. Now, I had heard something earlier in the week, like he was struggling, like breathing, like he had some kind of surgery or something like that. So I was kind of aware something was going on. And then there are some people who came out and tried to debunk that and say that it wasn't true. But I whenever they say somebody is not sick, it's hard for me not to believe them because I remember they were saying Bernie Mac was fine, and then the next day Bernie Mac passed away. I don't know if some of y'all remember that, but I remember that. So whenever it comes to he's not he's fine, everything's okay, I have a hard time believing that just right away. Like it's all like, I want to see that first. I want to see them. I need them to come out and say something before I just believe anything that anybody tells me. But I will say this, despite the controversy with Hulk Hogan, we cannot say that this man did not put wrestling on the map. I think when you think of wrestling, and this is for people who are not wrestling fans, right? Obviously, I'm a wrestling fan, so I can say more. But for people who are unfamiliar with it or watched it as a kid, the one wrestler that you think of at a whole is Hulk Hogan. So Hulk Hogan is somebody that you think of. Like he's the one that put it on the map. Like when he was prominent in the 80s, I wasn't born yet. I'm still young. I'm just kidding. No. But that was like years. And then like in the 90s, he wasn't really with the WWE, he was with WCW. If you remember, that was the other one. It was WWE and then it was WCW or WWF at the time. And I was a fan of WWF because I like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock, the good old days, right? The Attitude Era. That was more my thing than WCW was. And then, he came back, at times with the NWO, and then he tried to be Hulk Hogan again. And I think you could tell like that man was going through a lot of struggles. And I don't mean like mentally, I mean like physically, because the way that he moved around, he had to have back surgeries. I heard like he had a neck surgery recently too. But his knees, his hips, like this man was really beat up. Even though he wasn't the best technical wrestler, his body was beat up. It took a toll on him. Let me pull up the article here from TMZ real quick. Oh, I didn't even know that he had a series. Hold on, this is new right here. I was pulling up the article about him dying. Hold on, y'all. I just seen this. Let me pull it up for y'all. And please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So it says that Fox is doing a series on him. Hold on, let's scroll up real quick. Make this a little bigger. Okay, here we go. Real American Freestyle. Fox Nation is moving forward with streaming Hulk Hogan's wrestling series despite his sudden death, TMZ has learned. Sources familiar with the situation tell us Hulk Hogan's Real American Freestyle show on the Fox News streaming subscription service is in the can and will move forward with its original plan to stream, despite the WWE icon's shocking death. Before Hogan's passing, the streaming giant signed its second deal in the live sports space. Okay, so I guess he was supposed to start his own wrestling promotion. Interesting. All right. Okay, enough of that. All right, let's move on. I'm trying to pull the actual article where it talks about his. Oh, here we go. I think it's right here. Oh my God, all these ads, y'all. Allow. That's the one thing I hate about going to these sites because of all these goddamn ads. Hold on. Y'all, have y'all ever seen All the Queen's Men? I still have not watched that show. All right, so here's the actual article. When I can get to it, thank you for your patience. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at 71 years old. TMZ Sports has learned. Medics were dispatched to the WWE icon's Clearwater, Florida home early Thursday morning, with operators stating it was regarding a cardiac arrest, so a heart attack. Oh, I guess this is a video from TikTok. Oh man, that's him on the stretcher, y'all. Okay. Wow. Okay, it said a video of the scene outside Hogan's residence shows responders desperately trying to save his life as he hold on. Desperately trying to save his life as he was transported to an ambulance. In the clip, several paramedics appear to be conducting chest compressions as Hogan is wheeled to the emergency vehicle. And they had to carry him down the stairs basically. Here's the 911.
Fire attack Bravo, Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, cardiac arrest. Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, fire attack Bravo.
Okay. So that was the 911 call. It says cops tell us officials responded to a call at 9:51 a.m. Hogan was treated by Clearwater Fire and Rescue personnel before being taken to the nearby hospital. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. He probably already had passed away by then. Okay. No signs of foul play or suspicious activity. Just a few weeks ago, Hogan's wife, Sky, whom he married in September 2023, denied rumors he was in a coma, stating his heart was strong as he recovered from surgeries. See, and that was the rumor I heard. Like he was down bad and basically he was in a vegetative state and he couldn't breathe on his own. That's what I was hearing. We broke the story last month. There was rumblings Hogan was on his deathbed, but we were told at the time he was just dealing with symptoms of a neck procedure he underwent in May. Hulk-born Terry Jean Bollea, transformed professional wrestling. Okay, they're just gonna go about his life and stuff like that. Yeah, which I had already kind of spoken to or spoken about anyway. What you guys are saying, Mister? I'm not perfect. Oh, you probably mean Mr. Perfect. She was clearing rumors. I believe them now. Yeah. It's again, I always feel that you can't take away what somebody did and their legacy. Hulk Hogan will always be a legend, but I think there's other people who are trying to force you to feel bad or feel a certain kind of way. It's like, honestly, for me, I feel no kind of way. Like, once he started all that racist shit, I was kind of done. I'm gonna just be completely honest. I'm done. Oh, there you go. I'm not there. Okay, now I get it. Sorry about that, Bama. Okay. But yeah, after that, I was done. Like, there was no more that I needed to know about Hulk Hogan. I didn't care. As you guys know, there was reports that when he had showed up to Raw on Monday, he had got booed because basically everybody was all like, "Fuck you." And I think rightfully so. If somebody does not care about being a racist and they're just kind of like excusing it, like it's whatever, or they say that they quote unquote change, but you don't see any change, then it's okay not to like that person. So let's go back a little bit and let me actually play you guys what he said, because I feel like that's important to put it in the context. And then I'll give you a little bit more on that. Here we go. Um, I don't care how much I don't like someone. No one deserves to spend their last moments on camera for the world to see and play over and over again. That is true, purely plush. That is true. Um,
She jump sides on me because I was shell out. She's really close to her music, and I've been trying to help her. I've done everything fucking with damn day and night on the radio. I'm a jackass, and he's working with me to make it work. He goes out and really shouldn't call her today and do the shit I do. The South started this black billionaire guy. That's all. He's like basically did more for her a year than anybody's done. Okay, he had one song after 10 months, the shit would have back up and back and back still. And momentum, but I try to be the realist, and this is your option. You got a better option. Said you can sign the fucking. I go right now, there's nothing else. We're doing the best we can. So it gets to the point where I really broke was fucking the black and his son. We've been hanging out. I caught them holding hands together on the tour. They were getting close to the time before I'm giving a fucking head. I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fucking weird. But then when it comes to nice people, you know, we all are that way. Yeah, but when it comes to nice people, you can't say. I don't give a fuck. She's dirty. I don't care. I'm a football player, I'm a basketball player, and a half. If we're gonna fuck with beggars, we'll see the rich.
so yeah, if we're gonna fuck with niggers, let's make sure it's a rich one. Um, let me put me back on the screen. So yeah. So for those of you who don't know, then he was basically fired from the WWE. He wasn't wrestling, but he had a Legends contract where he does appearances and stuff like that. He was later fired, but then they brought him back. So what ended up happening was that they had a meeting with all the wrestlers, and basically he was supposed to give an apology. And according to that meeting from the wrestlers that were there, he said in short that, he was basically sorry that he got caught and he shouldn't have said it on camera. Not that it was wrong for what he said. It was more or less like, oh, I got caught and I shouldn't have ever said that on camera. And it was more sorry, like, well, I kind of did a thing. And just knowing that, it just kind of reaffirms, like, okay, you weren't sorry for it. And let's be honest, a lot of people get caught, oh, I said the N-word, I'm so sorry. They do the crocodile tears and all that. And we know they don't mean the apology. But to actually hear someone say, Yeah, well, I just got caught. It is what it is. All right, well, with Hulk Hogan, it is what it is. And I feel like some people are like, no, you have to respect him because of this and that. You can respect him for what he brought to the industry and him and his celebrity. But if you feel like fuck him, that's how you feel. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Like, I think we need to accept that people are allowed to have an opinion about people. And especially for people who don't give a damn about you. It was just last year he was saying that he had made a joke about body slamming Kamala Harris. I mean, has he really learned anything? Does he actually care? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Again, as far as him putting wrestling on the map, he gets full credit for that. He was that superstar that had the movies, TV. He was all over the place. His contribution to the wrestling industry, you can't take that away. But as the person, when the character, Terry Bollea, who is, ignorant as fuck and a racist, are you supposed to feel bad? If anything, that was embarrassing for his daughter. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but Brooke Hogan, his daughter, remember she had that one hit? It was like, I see you this moment, but I don't hear nothing. Everybody talking like they know something about us. Remember that song? That was a hit back in the day. That was during like high school years. And then she had so the original version had Paul Wall on it, and then the remix had E40 on it. They did a Bay Area, a hyphy remix to it. Y'all remember? That was a good ass song. Listen, we listening to Brooke Hogan all day. Today is Brooke Hogan Appreciation Day. I see you this moment, but I don't hear nothing. But anyway, on a serious note, yeah, Brooke doesn't talk to her family. She didn't go to her dad's most recent wedding. That was the crazy part. Let me play you the today, the ABC, I think it was ABC interview that he did when this all first went down. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Here we go.
With his signature leg drop, horseshoe mustache, and unrivaled strength, 12-time world champion Hulk Hogan single-handedly transformed wrestling into a global phenomenon. Unbelievable! Today, he's fighting outside of the ring to maintain his legacy.
Could we stop for a second?
Terry Bollea, the man behind the once indestructible Hulkster, letting his guard down.
Out of everything that I've been through, this one hit me probably the hardest, and that's a heck of a thing to say, because I've been through a lot of crazy stuff.
Including an admission of steroid use and his son's legal issues. But last month, a new controversy which threatens to erase his legacy. The National Enquirer reports that Hogan used racial slurs in audio secretly recorded.
I was at the lowest point of my life. My personal life was destroyed. I was very mad at my daughter. I was upset over a situation that happened between her and her boyfriend, and I had no idea I was being taped. I was to the point where I wanted to kill myself.
So I heard like his third wife is like in some kind of Catholic religion or something like that, if I know correctly. I'll have to look that up, but thank you for reminding me about that.
Myself, I sat in my bathroom by myself when my ex-wife was gone and the kids were gone, and I was completely broken and destroyed. And I said, what's the easiest way out of this? Okay. I mean, I was lost.
You were suicidal.
Yes, I was.
Father's Day card for Brooke?
No. A stark contrast from the Hulk, whose upbeat and tight-knit family was portrayed over 4 seasons of the reality show Hogan Knows Best, where he was overprotected.
I have to look it up. I thought his first no, not Linda. Linda was his first wife, right? The one with the blonde. Well, damn, all three of them got blonde hair. They all look like his daughter. They all look like Brooke Hogan, right? His second wife, Jennifer, I thought she was a Scientologist, and then this third one is some kind of like religious cult, like this. It's like an extension of Catholicism. I'll look it up though.
Of his only daughter, Brooke.
I mean, I'm almost 18 and I haven't even had a boyfriend yet.
Well, that's good. That's what I wanted.
But according to the National Enquirer, he refers to his daughter's then boyfriend using the N-word.
Do you have any personal preference who ethnically your daughter dates?
No, I don't. Actually, the guy my daughter was dating, I liked him a lot. I've known him for quite a while. And I was very mad at a personal situation that happened with my daughter.
Are you a racist?
No, I'm not. I'm not a racist. I never should have said what I said. It was wrong. I'm embarrassed by it. But a lot of people need to realize that you inherit things from your environment. And where I grew up was South Tampa, Port Tampa, and it was a really rough neighborhood, very low income. And all my friends, we greeted each other saying that word. We teased each other with that word. The word was just thrown around like it was nothing.
Is it?
Now, he knows the context of what he was using it, because he said fucking niggers. He knew what context he was using it. Don't try to say, oh, we just used that word. It didn't mean anything. Fucking liar.
Fair to say that you inherited a racial bias?
I would say that is very fair, but you can break the cycle. And that's what everybody needs to know. You can break this cycle and become a better person, become who you're meant to be instead of who you're supposed to be.
Following these allegations, the WWE fired Balea. The legendary career he spent a lifetime building wiped out.
I was totally shocked because I've worked with the WWE for almost 30 years off and on.
And Mr. I'm Not Perfect, you are right. I missed your other comment, but remember in that video, he said, yeah, we're all racist to it. I'm racist to a certain extent. And then the girl in the video was all like, yeah, we all are. Remember?
And all of a sudden, everything I'd done, my whole career, my whole life, was like it never happened.
Your image, your likeness, your name erased.
Yeah, like I'd never existed.
That had to hurt.
Oh my gosh, it was devastating. It destroyed me. I mean, I don't know how to say it other than that. It was my whole life.
Many industry bigwigs have come to his defense. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson states, I've known Terry for a lot of years. I had not known the man to be racist. George Foreman said,
The Rock's blackness is very questionable because he always makes it a point to honor his Samoan heritage, but when it comes to his black heritage, all right.
says, I do not condone the language he used, but he is no racist. He is a good guy. Even Hogan's daughter, Brooke, chimes in.
Your daughter posted a beautiful poem on Facebook. If you knew the dad I knew, you'd know he raised me well. He taught me folks are so much more than shades could ever tell.
Yeah. And if anybody should have disowned me, it should have been her. You know, she should have been the one.
And I don't blame Brooke for, speaking up for her dad. I mean, we all have families who don't live right, family members that don't live right, and we still love them. We acknowledge what they do wrong and we still love them. So I don't blame Brooke for sticking up for her father at all.
She should have been the one to throw me out like the trash, but instead she showed me more love than anybody.
What did Brooke say to you?
Well, could we stop for a second?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
How has Brooke helped you through this?
She's been so supportive. She was the direction of my attack. I was not so mad at her boyfriend. I was mad at her, and she instantly said, I don't even need to forgive you because I'm not mad at you. I love you. You're my dad.
For fans who feel let down by you, do you ask their forgiveness?
Oh my gosh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm a nice guy. It's not, not the Hulk Hogan that rips the shirt off and bang, 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 slams giant.
I think, we kind of don't have this conversation a lot where just because you might like a few black people don't mean that you're not racist. I think I told you that you guys this before, where sometimes you go through life thinking like, oh yeah, my friend, they're not racist. Like I've been over to their house, I've eaten with them, chill with them, whatever, and then you realize no, they like you. That doesn't translate to they like black people. Again, they like you, but that does not translate to that they like black people. That's two different things. Some of y'all, this went over your head and you don't even realize what I just said. I'm telling you, racist white people always tolerate the rich black people. Exactly. And that's what he basically said. Yeah, at least fuck a rich nigger. Did he say that? He said that, right?
The Hulk, whose worth is estimated to be between $8 and $15 million, is currently embattled in a landmark $100 million lawsuit against Gawker after they posted a 2-minute
He ended
graphic
up getting a
excerpt of an
settlement.
unauthorized sex tape. The Hulk's lawyer speaking out on his client's behalf about the lawsuit.
This has everything to do with the invasion of privacy of a private citizen for no good cause other than for them to make money.
Gawker maintains the tape is newsworthy given Hogan talks so often about his sex life. For now, the man once known for his superhuman strength is relying on
you in
his
the Bay
inner
Area
power,
too. Okay.
wrestling with turning this negative into a positive.
Just because a person makes a mistake,
Hold on, what's he saying?
just don't throw them away. You don't throw good people away. If everybody,
You don't go throw good people away. You wasn't a good person. That's the problem, mother. I almost forgot he passed away, y'all. I was about to say some stuff. I'm telling you. I wanted to pull up this with Brooke Hogan because remember her mom, Linda, she had like some dookie on her face and she was like crying and stuff like that. And Brooke responded. Hold on, let's go to this.
I haven't talked to her for 7 years, almost 8 years.
You do what you have to do to keep your family together.
Brooke Hogan entering the chat after her mom, Linda, reveals they haven't spoken in nearly a decade.
You can take it however you want to. It is what it is.
The ex-wife of wrestling legend Hulk Hogan breaking down in tears on Instagram, reflecting on the major milestones she's missed in Brooke's life.
She's had twins. She got married. She didn't tell us. She had twins. She didn't tell us. She had a huge fight with Terry.
That's not accurate.
I know what kind of a mother I was.
Brooke seemingly responding to Linda's post on her IG, sharing this cryptic message. Don't let someone make you feel guilty because they are suffering the consequences of their own actions.
This is the repercussions of what's happening.
Fans got an inside look at the once close-knit family on the reality series Hogan Knows Best, which ran for 4 seasons starting in 2005.
You guys! Here, let's practice, okay? No. Play the piano with me, Brooke, and come on.
You guys are like little kids.
But that family bond was broken several years later.
I used to like Hogan Knows Best. Like that show was dope. Like I liked their reality show. They were like they were kind of like the Osbournes. The Osbournes had their show, and then Hogan Knows Best. It was like another family, like it was dope.
When it was revealed Hulk had an affair, he and Linda divorced in 2009.
We had so much together, but that's the key. We had so much together, and all of that's just been shot down, and a lot of water under the bridge there.
At the time, Linda told ET Brooke struggled with their split.
Brooke tended to take her dad's side. She felt sorry for her dad. He came to her and she was trying to just be a support system for her dad.
Brooke later standing by her father's side when a leaked video featured Hulk making racist remarks while discussing her music career.
my first call was to Brooke, and Daddy's little girl, unconditional love also. So I had to explain it to her. She goes, Dad, I love you. You made a huge mistake, but do what's right.
I don't support what he said, but he's my dad. I love him. And you know what? The reason why I'm standing by his side on this whole thing is because I know him, and it's so easy for people to they need something to jump down somebody's back about. He's an easy target. This is what this business is all about.
That support eventually coming to an end, with Brooke addressing her decision to distance herself from her dad and family after skipping his 2023 wedding, writing on Instagram, "My family has experienced a lot of change, with all of it happening in the public eye. I've had to learn how to best navigate those changes as they come, which has been difficult to say the least." Adding, she's focusing on people and things that heal my heart and align with my own personal beliefs, goals, and values. That includes her husband, Steven, and their twins, Oliver and Molly, born in January.
So she has a whole life and everything, you guys. Like, she's completely separate from her family. And I think sometimes you have to find that peace. The brother got into that really bad car accident with his friend, and his friend is basically paralyzed. I don't think he's in a vegetative state, but he's paralyzed and can't do anything. And Hulk Hogan had to pay him a whole bunch of money. The mom was dating Nick's friend and all that shit, and she's having some kind of emotional breakdown. That's a lot to deal with. And so then you got your dad. He's marrying women that look like you. That's some kind of creepy obsession. Then, he has all this baggage and shit like that. You don't want to be around all that shit. So she separated herself from it. I don't blame Brooke at all for living her own life. I don't blame her. Now, I wanted to see if I could pull up the model that Hogan fired. It was his beer commercial, right? Here we go. Here we go.
Fired a brand ambassador because she was black, dark complected, more so than he wanted.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member.
Video. Come on now.
Hulk Hogan feels about black women dating one of his children. So we already know that. That recording's out there. Influencer Essence,
I didn't hear about that.
Janai has made allegations against Hulk Hogan that she was fired from her position as a brand ambassador for Hogan's, quote, real American beer, end quote, business due to her being black. According to this influencer via her TikTok, her contract was supposed to last a week, but after promoting the brand for just one day on July 2nd, Hogan canceled the contract, okay? So she revealed that she was replaced immediately by other brand ambassadors on July 3rd who were white. She also shared a text message from Hogan's team stating that
he was like, "We need some real Americans. We need white Americans." That's what he said.
Hogan wanted to cancel the events completely. Quote, her agent wrote, "Essence, you didn't do anything wrong at all. In fact, I'm sure you did great. But this client wants us to cancel the rest of the event this week. I'm really sorry."
Hey, Darcy.
So she replied, "Oh my God, what happened? Are they only taking me off of the events or are they canceling the events completely?" Her agent replied, "All the rest of the events are canceled completely." Okay. However, she would post a picture of continued events with new all-white ambassadors. Previous scandal. So according to a joint investigation by the National Enquirer, RadarOnline.com, Mr. Boley, 6'1", was caught on an unauthorized sex tape saying that he was a racist to a point. He followed the comment with that, the N-word. The publication says that transcripts of the tape have been filed in the Florida court in an attempt to seal his words from the public, but that tape's content had been confirmed with several sources. Quote, "I guess we're all a little racist," he is reported to have said on the tape while discussing his suspicions that his daughter Brooke had been intimate with a black man. Back in 2015, he issued an apology over it. Quote, he said, 8 years ago, I used offensive language during a conversation. It was unacceptable for me to have used that offensive language. There is no excuse for it. And I apologize for having done it. Hogan said in a statement, he sent that statement exclusively to People magazine. Quote, that is not who I am. I believe very strongly that every person in the world is important and should not be treated differently based on race, gender, orientation, religious belief, or otherwise.
That was some statement that his PR put out. He didn't mean that. Okay, I got one more racist video. This is from, and thank you, Zuru, for reminding me, the Shelton Benjamin. Play this one right here.
Black wrestlers call out Hulk Hogan for racism and lying. You heard it. Here it is.
Really crazy wrestlers. Like I got Brock Lesnar right after he left the UFC. I got him first. I got a
Yo, I did say, I said one more racist video. Listen, I know when I pass away, they're going to play all my bad moments. Ain't none of these YouTubers going to be nice to me when I pass away, damn it. So I'm already expecting something like this. They're going to have AT2 greatest hits playing. Y'all know how they do it. Especially that one powder head. They going y'all better flag all them videos. When I pass away, I want y'all to flag all those videos down. Do not let them drag me while I'm laying in my coffin, you know.
Angle when his eyeballs used to roll back like a shark and he'd come after me. No Benjamin Shelton, no Benjamin Shelton, no Benjamin Shelton. All these different guys that I've had the opportunity to see adapt to our business.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. His name is actually Shelton Benjamin, not Benjamin Shelton, Hulkster. And the current AE.
And mind you, he always says his name wrong every time. There's different, like there's like a collage of him saying Shelton Benjamin's name wrong a whole bunch of times.
W tag team champion has choice whatever with your don't get caught, or as you would call it, apology speech. X message to Hulk Hogan. You lost me forever with your don't get caught, or as you would call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and keep my name out of your effing mouth. Damn, this is not the W, whatever the hell it was. This is a whole new day, Hulk. You better be careful what you say about these young Thundercats, sir. All right. He was likely talking about when the WWE announced in 2018 that Hulk Hogan was being welcomed back into.
Oh, let me go back a little. Okay, here we go.
Some people really think.
So it says, it amazes me that some people really think botching my name is what set me off. No, it was, like I said, it was that whole meeting, the whole apology that he quote unquote gave, but it really wasn't an apology. That's why everybody hates Hulk Hogan. It's not even the MAGA stuff, because let's be honest, the WWE has, listen, I've been calling the WWE MAGA mania. It seemed like since Vince McMahon got fired, like it's been MAGA. And mind you, Vince McMahon has always been a Republican, right? But it didn't feel like MAGA mania. Now wrestling, it feels like MAGA mania. Like sometimes it's hard for me to like separate the two from, you know, enjoying the product, because I'm all like, I don't want to support this shit. You know what I mean? It just, it's different now. I feel like even with Vince McMahon, him being a Republican, it didn't feel like MAGA country now. And I think also too, because, you know, the WWE, they sold it to TKO, which also owns the UFC. And if you know, with the UFC, it's been hard for me to like even watch UFC. Like with them always having Trump in the crowd and all that shit, it's just like, I don't. And I'm not one of those people who are like, leave politics out of sports. You know how they always say. You know when Kaepernick was kneeling, they were like, leave politics out of sports. But now I kind of feel like all those people, leave politics out of sports. But it's not even that. You would just like to see the other side. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know that there's a representation of all sides and not just one side. But it just feels like, yeah, it's MAGA country. And then there was that rumor for WrestleMania last year. And I don't know how I would have felt, but they said Trump was going to try to go to WrestleMania. You know how he went to Super Bowl? Well, he was going to try to go to WrestleMania, but I guess that was just a lie or a rumor or something like that. Yes, Naomi is champion right now. Shout out to Naomi. Naomi is champion right now, so I will be supporting at the moment. I'm going to need them. Right here. Need them to keep her in that position. Yeah, they better keep her in that position past WrestleMania. So that's all the way until April. Yep. Yeah, so again, Hulk Hogan passed away for those of you just coming in. What's up, Couture? Hulk Hogan passed away for those of you just coming in. I'm just being honest. The way some of us feel is like, okay, I'm not going to say completely shit on his death. You know, I'm not going to say that. When somebody passed away, it is sad. You know, it is a moment to mourn. But at the same token, if you feel like, I don't really care or F him, nothing's wrong with that. You're allowed to have your opinion. That's what I want to say. But we got to look at the facts and we got to look at why people are saying screw him or I don't care. Like, we can't just be all like, oh, how dare you disrespect him? And no. This is specifically why we don't give a damn. Simple as that. All right, y'all. Did my camera come yet, y'all? Hold on. Let me see if my camera came. Hold on. We might do an unboxing. Hold on. Let's see if the camera came, y'all. They definitely didn't ring the doorbell. But it's not something I want them to leave out on the porch either. That's why I'm all like, let me see if that came yet. Hold on. Oh, no, it hasn't came yet. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get the heck up out of here. I appreciate every single one of y'all for being here. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love every single one of y'all, but we out. Deuces, everybody. See y'all.